Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? Is
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke. I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Da ist diese zusätzlichen Sachen, die da rumschweben. Time truth bullets is right, so they won't get interrupted by the white noise. By the way, if the difficult set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In that case, all it means is this explanation didn't mean anything at all. It had no meaning whatsoever. Oh, please don't worry, I'm not going to fall into despair. Even though it's meaningless, allow me to say one more thing. In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That will be explained later. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Falls ich normalerweise escape. Good luck and have fun. Hat wohl einer vergessen, dass ich Tastatur anhab. Bestimmt geht's hier rum.
I think it's strange that
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
you know,
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it! He killed Byakuya with a knife he hid! No, that's wrong!
Laut dem Autopsiebericht war es kein Messer.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say,
Da passt
right,
die Größe
Mikon?
nicht.
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
but based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse!
Jesus Christ.
Not a whorehouse!
Anything but that.
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikon? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikon's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout? Ugh! If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision!
Don't get distracted! Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me? No, that's not it. Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. Wir haben doch Ibukis account.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
Oh, real?
Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down! We gotta stay calm in a situation like this!
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell?
What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know?
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck. You've cut me deep with your knife of truth! However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like... Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So, Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife. And he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible, I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint. I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles.
War wohl doch nicht so einfach, ne?
What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
Meaninglessness. What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward. Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now is not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible, because if we don't, we will die here. Ciao.
Well now.
Now that the class trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? To those of you who figure out who it is, how about you try out the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their saved data mailed away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion. 10 billion? Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on.
Now then, what are you gonna do?
Nee, danke. Ja, kann man sowieso nicht machen. Just kidding, you can't make a choice. There's no way you'd be able to guess who the killer is.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either!
Yeah, so...
evil!
Totally Thanks for that, I guess. Ah,
Mon ami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. The group's leader, Byakuya, got killed. And his killer is among this group of students? No, I'm not gonna believe it. I'll never believe it, 'cause I believe in everyone. So do your best, and don't forget to save regularly.
Thanks.
Well, what now? If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't actually prove it, right?
That's right. Even if a different weapon was used, it does not mean Nagito has been cleared of suspicion.
Und was meint ihr?
But there's another reason why I don't think Nagito is the killer.
There's still more?
Based on what we've discussed, Byakuya was killed under the table, right? Is there something wrong with that? Well, even if that's true, I feel Nagito looks, clean.
Nobody's ever complimented me on my appearance before. Not even my own mother.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not talking about your looks.
Why does Mikan think Nagito looks clean? Because there's no blood on
I
Nagito.
see! Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes, that's it. Because under the table, there was a lot of blood splattered everywhere, right? There were even bloodstains on the inside of the tablecloth. If he stabbed Byakuya to death, it's strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been? I guess we did see something I could have used. Isn't that right, Hajime?
Yes, there is only one thing he could have used to block the blood splatter. Wo war denn das? Das da, das wir im Storage Room gefunden haben.
I can prove it with this! You're talking about the bloodstained tablecloth we found in the storage room, right?
If there are bloodstains on it, that settles it. Nagito used the tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
But that was found in the storage room, right? Are you suggesting he hid it there after the murder?
You mean after the lights came back on? What would he have done if we'd seen him?
That's true. The tablecloth was pretty big. So even if you tried to hide it and take it with you,
Wearing a tablecloth, going under the table, getting a knife in a blackout, and stabbing someone. That's not just impossible for someone like me. Wouldn't it also be impossible for you guys too?
then what does it mean?
Maybe the killer didn't necessarily stab Byakuya under the table.
Under the table. Huh?
No, there's no mistake that the murder occurred under that table.
Even the inside of the tablecloth was bloody. So there's no denying Byakuya was killed there.
But that doesn't mean where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are the same, right?
I don't understand at all!
The place where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are different?
Hajime, you look like you're onto something.
Really? But it sounds like a riddle. I feel like I'm onto something, but it's still not clear what that is.
Under the table, but not under the table. If it's somehow possible, it's the only way that makes sense. Moving forward, we should put aside all unnecessary preconceptions and just choose the answer.
I think. In scenes where you have to figure out important words, the improved Hangman's Gambit will occur on 9. The goal is to line up the right letters in order so it reveals a keyword related to the incident in question. Improved Hangman's Gambit is like a little puzzle game. Various letters will be flying across the screen in all directions. There are 2 rules you must remember. If 2 different letters clash, you'll take damage. If 2 of the same letters clash, they will fuse. You must make 2 of the same letters clash. While you try not to let 2 different letters clash. That is what's most important. In order to do that, you've been given a technique to catch and release. When you move the mouse and press the right button, once on top of the ladder, you can snatch the letter like a vacuum. Use one minute to catch the letter. Oh Gott, nein, genau, das habe ich so gehasst. You can only catch one letter at a time, so please be careful. When you press the right mouse button while you have a letter caught, you can shoot it where your cursor is aiming. This is how you release the letter. With catch and release, you can change the position of the letters and hit letters into each other. Make sure you hit the same letters so you can fuse them. The fused letters will freeze and get bigger. By pressing the right mouse button, you can blow it up and erase it from the field. This is called firing the letters. Catch and release with the right mouse button, and after you fuse them, fire with the right mouse button. That's a whole lot of right mouse buttons. However, if you just erase letters, you won't be able to clear the game. Ultimately, the main goal is completing the keyword. Display the question with a tab key and figure out what keyword will answer that question. About lining up the keyword, instead of pressing the right mouse button to fire the letter, please press the left mouse button. Was? If that happens at the same time the letter blows up and we will send it a keyword list. Ach so, okay. Also, ich kann die entweder in die Luft jagen oder in die Luft jagen und zur Liste schicken mit der linken Maustaste. If a sent letter is correct, will fit. If not, influence gauge will take damage. Must write the keyword in order. If you leave a fused letter alone for a while, it will just blow up on its own. In that case, it will still damage you, so please be careful. It took so long to explain, but do you understand now? If you press the escape key, you review the controls. Good luck and have fun. Ich hätte speichern sollen. Ah, ich kann noch. Ich weiß auch gar nicht, wie lange ich jetzt noch mache. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir heute bis zum Schluss kommen. Möglicherweise. Mal gucken. The place where you got stabbed and the place where the killer did the stabbing are not the same. Using those words as a clue, I should put aside my preconceptions and try to think about it. Something is coming to me. Just a little bit more. I have a feeling I can see something. Ist natürlich auch lustig, wenn ich euch jetzt alle hängen lasse und ihr dürft eine ganze Woche überlegen, wer ihr wohl meint, wer es war. Oh Gott. Wahrscheinlich Under. Oh. Okay. Weg mit dir. Gut. Ist bisher nicht so schwer. Ah, nein, ich hab's kaputt gemacht. Wahrscheinlich ist es beim ersten Mal so einfach, damit man... Ah. Du kannst weg. Und wir waren nicht gleich daran verzweifelt. Du kannst weg. Dich brauche ich. Ah, aua. Ganz da oben hin. Über der Floor wahrscheinlich. Weg mit dir. Ganz da oben hin. Ja gut, dann mach ich euch halt weg. Weg mit euch. Da. Boah, mit der Maus ist das viel einfacher als mit dem Controller. Haben wir jetzt mal wieder ein O, bitte? Ein O, danke. Da. Puh.
I got it! Got it! The killer must have stabbed Byakuya from under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards?
The floorboards in the old building are full of gaps, and there was no carpet laid out under the table. If they stuck the weapon through one of the gaps, they could have stabbed Byakuya to death.
Die sagen immer, da war kein Teppich unter dem Tisch, aber das sieht auf dem Bild für mich immer voll so aus, als wäre da einer. Aber offenbar war da wohl keiner.
If so, that means the killer was able to get under the floorboards. Where? How? I don't know that yet, but I have a feeling there's someone here who does know.
That's right, if I remember correctly, one person here should know how to get under the floorboards. Ah. Du hast deinen Ohrring nämlich wieder.
You're the only one! Hey, Gundam, you dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
Are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that earring.
I said, are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that Hellhound earring. You dropped it beneath the floorboard, right?
There it is. I found the truth. That is the round earring. It seems God exists from the benefit. However, how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through this opening. Were I to use a tool, it will probably not reach either.
Just a bit longer and I would have reduced everything, including that old building, to ashes.
Yeah, sure.
However, it's just as the old legend said. The Hellhound earring has returned to its owner, to me!
Is it safe to say that that earring is the one hanging from your right ear? Huh? Could it be? Gundam wasn't wearing an earring during the investigation. And if he had it on by the time the class trial began, then that means Gundam was able to retrieve his earring from beneath the floorboards during the investigation.
So, Gundam knows how to get under the floorboards.
It's understandable. After all, you fools only view the world through eyes of glass. But I am different. With the power of my 4 dark devas of destruction, it is of no concern. Truly, this is the evil 4th eye. Before the might of the evil 4th eye, all visual chaos is
Kannst du nicht
rendered
einfach sagen, wie du
asunder.
unter den scheiß Boden gekommen
What
bist?
should I do? I'm embarrassed just listening to him.
Oh! Man up and speak more clearly!
Fine, I shall tell you all. The answer was in the storage room. One of my 4 dark devas of destruction, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy, has seen beyond the chaos. A secret passage of doom leading to the underground lurks beneath a large assortment of random boxes. After securing a lighter from the supermarket, I threw caution to the wind and ventured below the floorboards.
Ja, ich glaube, dass die Anspielung war Absicht.
And as a result of that lonesome battle, I was able to recover the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands.
Es gibt noch eine viel deutlichere Zero Escape Anspielung in diesem Spiel, aber da sage ich noch nichts zu.
Tremble with fear, fools! Behold my power!
There he goes blabbing about power and crap. You're ridiculous. You're just a breeder, you know. Anyway, it sounds like you can go under the floorboards from the storage room.
And that has to be how the killer did it. If the space beneath the floor is empty, it's not that far to move from the storage room to the dining hall.
I see. If they passed through the storage room, I understand why the tablecloth was put there.
The killer lurked under the floorboards during the party, and from there, stab, stab, stab!
Are you sure?
You don't like stab, stab, stab? Should it sound more fleshy? Like...
I'm not talking about your sound effects. You were saying they snuck under the floorboards, but that means they would have had to leave the party, right? So, was there anyone who was able to do that?
Then whoever wasn't at the party is the killer. They must be the one who was waiting under the floorboards. Who wasn't at the party again?
I didn't participate, but I was guarding the entrance, remember? Monomi over there can be my witness, right?
Yes! This Monomi over here is your witness!
Baumel.
I believe there's no need to discuss this matter further, but I was unable to leave the bathroom.
I was in the kitchen for a long time, but I frequently went to the dining hall to deliver my dishes.
The only person who wasn't at the party... Judging from the photo I took before the blackout... It obviously has to be him! Yay! It's decided!
What the fuck are you saying? I'm not the killer!
Oh, really? What happened to the tough guy who was saying stuff like,
I can do it! Don't mess with me! I'll fucking kill you!
see? You're making threats again.
Yeah, not really helping yourself here.
Yep, that's right. Things are starting to get exciting.
Good news, you're now allowed to use the silencer. You can use the silencer with the right mouse button as many times as you want. When you use the silencer, you can shoot down the white noise. When you shoot down the white noise, your time limit will increase a little. If you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. So aim carefully when you're using the silencer. Oh, but if the difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In that case, you'll still be able to use the silencer, but it'll be somewhat pointless. However you feel. If you feel like doing a little bang bang, you can use it to your heart's content. Bang bang bang. Diese Tutorial Messages, ey. If you press the good luck and have fun. Chiakis Account wird sein, weil sie hat ja gesagt, dass er nicht reingegangen ist.
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day
Dude.
without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know? That means you have no alibi.
Vielleicht?
No, that's wrong!
No, Fuyuhiko definitely has an alibi. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Weil, um das zu machen, müsste er trotzdem ja in den Lagerraum kommen und dann hätte Chiaki ja sehen müssen, wie er reingegangen wäre. Aber sie hat ja nur gesehen, wie er wieder gegangen ist.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, what happened, Fuyuhiko? Oh, hey, what are you doing here? All over a place like this? I'm standing out so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How did it serve you?
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor
Achso,
before then.
ja, das auch. Ich wusste nicht, dass sie besprochen haben, dass es darum ging, dass er, bevor die Party gestartet ist, da hingegangen ist.
You should have said that earlier, dumbass.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the first place?
Shut up!
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside. And he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh, no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
Then someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party.
During the party? It was probably during the blackout.
Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout, no one would have noticed.
But walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness, and that room was much closer.
But is it really impossible? It might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
But I can't stop thinking about it. I feel like there's something I overlooked. For clarity's sake, once again.
Appears we're getting close to the final stage. The blackened or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
Was ist eigentlich mit der Fire Door? Warum gibt's die? If a fire breaks out, the fire door in the hallway of the old building can be shut to keep the fire from spreading. Okay. Das hat nichts damit zu tun. Party dishes. Kitchen.
Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
It definitely sounds impossible.
The killer's method for moving in the dark might be what that one person suggested. No? Okay. The knife found in the crime scene was all... Apparently there's an iron plate for barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots? Portable
The hallway was
stove?
really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room is like making a seafood.
Is it really not?
What if they used a string?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision. Pain. I'm gonna.
What if they used a light?
I agree with that. I know. The killer had a light with him.
Oh, I was right? But where could they have found a light?
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
20 forks, 20 knives, 20 spoons, 5 iron skewers, 5 rounds. Also, iron plates for barbecue and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Iron plates and portable stove, I do recall seeing them on the shelf over there. This kitchen seems to be well kept, there should be no problems using it.
It's the portable stove.
Portable stove?
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity, and it's also small enough to carry around. So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
I see. I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
Huh?
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be great if you could explain it to me in much more detail. Oh, I wasn't making a perverted joke or anything. It's really not a perverted joke. I'm serious.
Repeating yourself just makes it even more suspicious.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me? No, that's wrong. Will you be able to break through my argument?
What does he mean battle? It sounds like he's enjoying a game or something. Damn it, there's no way I'm going to lose against someone like him.